Can queer paganism redefine sacred sexuality? Imagine a world where your deepest feelings and identities are not just accepted but celebrated as divine. That's what queer paganism aims to do by reshaping how we see sacred sexuality. In many traditional religions, sexuality is often linked to reproduction or seen as sinful if it doesn't fit heterosexual norms. Pagan traditions, however, tend to view the body and sexual expression as sacred parts of spiritual life. They see sexuality as a way to connect with the divine, not something to be hidden or judged. Queer paganism takes this idea further by openly including LGBTQ plus identities and gender fluidity in rituals and spiritual beliefs. It challenges the idea that only heterosexual, gender-binary roles are sacred. Instead, it celebrates all forms of love and gender as natural and divine. For example, some rituals like the Great Rite, which symbolizes union and fertility, have traditionally focused on male and female energy. Queer pagans reinterpret these symbols to honor same-sex relationships, non-binary identities, and fluid sexualities. They see these expressions as equally sacred, expanding the idea of what spiritual union can be. Many queer pagan communities also focus on consent and mutual respect. They create safe spaces where everyone can explore their sexuality without fear of judgment or harm. This ethical approach makes spiritual practices more inclusive and affirming for LGBTQ plus people. Nature plays a big role in this belief system. Many species show gender fluidity and same-sex behaviors, which queer paganism sees as proof that diverse sexualities and gender identities are part of the natural order. This connection helps reinforce that being queer is not a deviation but a sacred part of life. Practically, queer paganism offers tools and community support for LGBTQ plus individuals. They create rituals that are gender-neutral or explicitly queer-affirming. They foster conversations about how sexuality and spirituality intersect, making space for authentic self-expression. In the end, queer paganism redefines sacred sexuality by broadening spiritual ideas of the body, love, and gender. It celebrates diversity as divine and builds inclusive practices that affirm LGBTQ plus identities as sacred parts of the divine universe.